Hi, this is Amber Garvey from the A-Team, just taking a few moments to talk to you about trash in Gmail, archiving, and storage space. So let's first talk about trash. Your trash can, when you throw something away in Gmail, for example, if I've read this email, I no longer need it, and I send it to trash, it's going to go in this More section, and when you scroll down, you'll see trash. So I'm going to open trash for just a minute, and let's talk about what's at the top. You'll notice there's a message that says if you throw something away and it's been more than 30 days, it will be automatically deleted. So that means after I throw something away, I have 30 days from the point of throwing it away to retrieve it. So if you accidentally delete something like this one I just deleted, I can actually select it and choose to delete it forever, or I can actually move it back to my inbox. Once I do that and I go back up to my inbox, you'll see there's that email that I just threw away. So you certainly have time to retrieve it. However, you can select multiple items to delete. Once you delete them, again, they're going to go into your More trash, where you can then undelete them or leave them. Now, you can select all your emails in your trash and empty your trash if you want to go ahead and do that, but you don't really have to worry about doing that because they will automatically delete after 30 days. So now let's talk about archiving email. There are times that we've talked about starring something, we've talked about snoozing it so that it comes back. Um, and we've talked about giving it a label. But let's say I have an email, I don't want it in my inbox anymore. There's really no need to put a label on it, but I just want it to not be in my inbox. I don't really want to delete it. So what you can do is when you have an email that you don't want to label, you don't want to throw it away or snooze it, you just need it out of your inbox, you can do something called archiving. And that's the very first button that's at the top of your email box is archive. So when I click the archive button, it goes away from my inbox and it goes into this place called all mail. So if I click on all mail, I'm going to see that Site Improve email here for Global Accessibility Awareness Day. So it's in my all mail. It's not in my inbox anymore. But if I were to search, it's still going to show me that email that is in my archive. So it just kind of keeps your inbox clean, but a lot of people decide not to archive email because it gets a little confusing, but that's what archiving is if you would like to use that. You can also move it out of archive. So if I didn't mean to put this in archive, I can actually open it back up and say move to inbox and put it back in my inbox. So then I can go back to my inbox and there it is again. So let's talk about a few of the other things that are at the top that you can do. You do have the trash can, so you can delete it. And there's also the ability to report spam. Now, you will see coming soon to the top of your mailbox a little fish hook. So you can also report things using the fish hook if it's something that you want the technology department to take a look at and see if it's legitimate or not. You can also do that. And there is a more button next to your email where you can also report phishing that way. So either way, you can use those tools to report phishing if you don't really want it in your inbox and you're not sure if it's legitimate or not. So that's something else that you can do, trash and archive. So now let's talk a little bit about space. There may be some times that you are concerned about storage space because maybe somebody sent you a huge file. I do want to let you know that in the past, we have had unlimited storage in our education accounts, and due to a change made at Google for education, you do now have a limit in your box. Now, the way you will be able to see your limit is you go to the Rubik's Cube and you click on Drive, and it will show you that you've used a certain amount of size out of a certain amount of size. So right now I'm doing this training with a box that has unlimited storage, but yours will say you've used this much out of this much. And so you'll be able to see how much is left. Now, this storage includes your email, your drive, all of those things. So sometimes you may want to use that advanced search. Look for things that have attachments because those are going to be the larger of all, and click search. And that way, everything that has an attachment comes up and you can see, is that really something I need? And you can get rid of those things with attachments. Something just quick to think about in terms of space. So again, don't forget that you have your trash can, that you have your 30 days to retrieve something from your trash can. You can archive email to get it out of your inbox by putting it in the all mail archive. And also thinking about your storage space, be mindful of large files that you've saved somewhere else that you no longer need in your inbox.